Hey, it's Phil Graham here, owner and founder of Authority Network, the world's largest fitness business mastermind. Do not make the same mistake that I did if you want to make seven figures. Now, before I go into what that mistake was, this particular channel is designed to help you make better decisions around your marketing, your sales, your delivery, your team, your leadership, and most importantly, how to think better when it comes to growing a 7/8 figure business. Now, of course, everything here is my insights, my lessons. It's my 2 cents. Don't take it as gospel, but we've done pretty well over the last 3 years, and I want to share these lessons with you. So please make sure that you click subscribe below so you get instant notifications of everything that I'm talking about, and you can plug and play it into your business. Doesn't matter what level you're at, whether you're under 7 figures, over 7 figures, under 6 figures, over 6 figures, it doesn't matter. These are universal principles, DNA of running a successful business. Now, let's get stuck in. The mistake that I made was not delegating quick enough. The reason why I struggled to delegate quick enough was because I had spent so much time building this business myself. It was an expression of me. It was an expression of my work. And there was an egotistical side of me that, one, wanted to get all the praise, but two, didn't really want to give anyone else control over something that I had spent so much time doing. And that was a sheer lack of understanding, a lack of really just understanding of how a business should really run and how true impact is really achieved. True impact is really achieved through leveraged manpower. And entrepreneurs are very, very good at leveraging the skill sets, the mindsets, and ultimately the energy of other people to help them make a bigger impact in the world. Now, that lesson, without a question, without a shadow of a doubt, cost me thousands of hours of extra work, millions of pounds in additional revenue that I could have earned. And of course, probably a lot more awareness in terms of the market because I was invested in certain parts of the business when I shouldn't have been. And ultimately, I was spread thin. And as entrepreneurs, we've all experienced what it feels like to, well, ultimately be overworked and overwhelmed and feel like we can't do anything big or meaningful because we're trapped inside all of the small stuff, ranging from admin, delivery, sales, all of these different components. And the reality is at each level in your business, when you hit certain incomes, you will have mini breakdowns. And these mini breakdowns are brought on by overwhelm, overthinking, fear of the business shutting down. And these are all signs that you're not delegating quick enough or to the right people because your brain's just overloaded with noise. And if you're overloaded with noise, it's very, very hard to think. And one of the main benefits of being able to leverage the skills and expertise and energy of other people is the ability to get your thinking power back, the ability to get creative, the ability to get decisive with the decisions that need to be made in your business, and also position you in the areas that you're really, really good at. In this video today, I want to share with you 7 key principles that are going to help you build a great team. Now, these are really high level, but they're very, very valuable. I'm going to go into detail on each specific point and then give you some action steps at the end. So this is perfect for any entrepreneur that has got a business, knows they're overworked, has maybe got their admin covered, but hasn't got other areas of their business covered, and is thinking about building a team, knows they need to build a team, but just doesn't have the confidence to let go. And I want to give you the mindset shift. And I also want to give you some of the core elements that need to be put in place to build what I call an aligned force of individuals that are clear on what they're doing and the direction that the business is going. And they own the roles so that they can actually, well, be accountable to themselves, be accountable to the role, be accountable to the business, and ultimately be accountable for the overall growth of everything that goes on. So let's get something right. First of all, the mindset shift when it comes to delegation. The first thing that you really got to delegate is admin, because if you're doing admin all the time, you're just going to be stuck. You're just going to be dipping in and out of things like Xero, reconciling payments, chasing up emails, booking things into your calendar. It really is going to halt your growth. The next thing that you delegate typically after admin is the likes of client fulfillment or anything inside delivery. So who handles your clients, the queries, the questions, the complaints sometimes, all of this stuff is part of fulfillment. The next phase is then typically sales or marketing. Some people argue sales first or marketing first. The reality is marketing feeds sales. But marketing, you're talking things like a copywriter, you're talking things like a media buyer, Facebook ads, creative, graphic design, media, etc. These things need delegated. I would typically delegate that first before I would delegate sales, because sales is obviously probably one of the most important things that drives revenue in the business. And it's something that you know your product, you know your service very, very well. And it's one thing that I would delegate once you've got all your ducks in a row. So admin, delivery, marketing, then sales. And typically you as a CEO, if you're watching this and you're under 7 figures, you'll be doing all your sales yourself. You'll be doing the calls, et cetera, et cetera. Now, it's really important to realize that when you let that go, you have to let it go to somebody who is skilled, somebody who knows the service, knows the product, and ultimately can sell. And that takes a bit of time. Sometimes you get the opportunity when somebody falls on your lap, but quite often you have to go and build the individual yourself. But first things first, let's get the mindset shift right first. The mindset shift that I can do it myself, I can do it better myself, is a myth. Most people that think that haven't clearly documented the role and the components of the role as to what needs to be done in order to achieve success in that role. Instead of defining roles, you want to define the outcome that you want for each role. So what is the outcome of your admin? Is it to keep you out of your inbox? Is it to keep your brain less noisy? Is it to organize your calendar? What is the outcome of the people in your delivery? What is the outcome of your marketing? Is it to help you create amazing branded graphics? All this kind of stuff. So you got to get really, really clear on the outcome first, rather than just the individual roles. Go high level and then go into the micro after that. But what you need to realize is that you will never be able to impact as many people. You will never be able to grow your business and ultimately create safety for yourself. And safety comes from reaching more people, making more sales, making more revenue, and having a better product that runs better. You're not safe when you're trying to balance the admin, the marketing, the sales, all that kind of stuff on your own head. You will simply burn out. And if you're listening to this and you're feeling overwhelmed, do I need to do this all at once? No, you don't. You can do it in phases. You can take your time. But one thing you need to realize is that, one, people can do a better job than you. You can find people that are more skilled than you. Get them to own the outcome of the role, not the actual role itself. Number two, you will be able to impact more people. You'll be able to create more money and ultimately create more safety for yourself if you pull yourself out into a key strategic position where you can look at the direction of where the business is going. If you're always in the day-to-day, you're going to get burnt out, you're going to get overwhelmed, and as a result of that, you're going to struggle to make decisions and you're a single point of failure. So if you go down, every department goes down. So it's really important to realize that. Number three, you also get to impress your customers. So if you're running a business and you're doing everything yourself, you're going to come across as a really noisy, overwhelmed, overworked fool, and you're not ultimately going to be able to serve your clients the best. And everything will boil back to fulfillment. So if you're overwhelmed, if you're tired, et cetera, you will not be able to help your clients to their absolute best. So again, it links in with point two. You must be able to hire in order to free yourself up so that you can be more potent in the areas that you put yourself in, right? So I want to share with you 7 key points that I've got noted down here on how to sort of delegate to your team effectively and how to literally build an aligned force. So point number 1, set clear outcomes. You want an outcome for the role. What does a dream result look like for somebody in that role? Explain it in 1 to 3 points. Keep it simple, articulate it clearly. Number 2, give them the resources that they need. Resources could range from training on certain things right the whole way through to access to tools. It could also mean access to equipment, whatever it may be. Different roles will require different things. Number 3, give them autonomy. Once they're clear on the outcome, give them some insight as to how that outcome is typically achieved through you, but also don't close your mind to new ideas that they may have to become more efficient and effective. Give them encouragement to, hey, figure this out for yourself. Hey, let me know what you think about this. Hey, I'll let you figure that out. You're the boss. You decide. Give them autonomy and the freedom to make decisions in line with the outcome of that role. 4, give them enough time to complete the work. When you give really compressed periods of time for people to complete work, they tend to rush it and they tend to miss details and they tend to make bad decisions. And bad decisions cause problems. Problems cost money, cost time, cost energy, cost scale. A lot of the problems that you create are the result of bad decision making and problems with the latter things that I've just explained and everything else that I'm about to explain. So when it comes to communicating with your team, try your best to give them adequate time to complete the roles and the tasks you've set them. There will be circumstances where time is tight and they will have to be able to pivot quickly. And again, that's another reason why you need to have a team, because as you scale and you start giving different roles to different people or specialisms to different people, they're able to turn a lot quicker rather than you being able to turn or pivot quite quickly when you are doing a lot of stuff all at once. That is risky. Not only puts your mental health at risk, but it puts your business and your income and your clients at risk as well. 5, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Show them that you're committed to getting your hands dirty every now and again. Go in and correct things. Go in and fix things. Tell them why you're doing it that way. If you're short on particular manpower, if somebody's ill or if somebody is caught up with something else, step in and do the work. Show them how much you care. I think that's great from a cultural perspective, but help them do the work. Help them along. You know, if people are not sure what to do, it's likely the fact that they're not clear on their goals. They don't have the training to do it. And ultimately, they're maybe not motivated to do it because they don't see the direction of the business or how it's aligned in line with their values. So you need to figure out what area that is and help facilitate that if possible. If somebody doesn't know what to do, train them up on it. If somebody doesn't have the right resources, give them the resources. If somebody isn't motivated or inspired to do it, get clear on why they're there, get clear on how they're going to benefit the business long term, and terminate that stuff early on if it is a problem. Number 6, don't get caught up in problems. Look at the problem, look at what happened, look at what went well, what didn't go well, get clear on it and move forward. One word we use inside our business is onward. We get very clear with problems that are created inside the business that happen literally on a week by week basis. New problems arise, new situations arise. And as you grow and scale, you will realize that your team will break, your systems will break. And I think that's a great measure of how fast you're growing. You may say to me, but Phil, if you don't have strong systems, if they're breaking all the time, but as you increase fulfillment, and fulfillment increases as a result of more marketing spend, more sales calls, more clients inside the program asking questions, requesting more things, as you scale your products, et cetera, systems and team members will break. So you need to be able to recreate, rebuild, and iterate as you go. Number 7, sort of in line with number 3, but encourage ideas to flow. You want it to be a place where people can open their mind, open their heart, and share what they think is going to be better for the company. Share what they think is a good idea, share what they think is a bad idea, share different ways of doing things, get clear on whether or not it's effective or not, test things out. Give that autonomy to the team member. The last thing you want is a place where people are treading around on eggshells. They're scared to mention new and more effective and smarter ways of doing things because it's how it always was done. Or you've maybe got a dinosaur in the business, a team member or a business partner that, hey, we're used to doing it this way. This is how I did it. Well, guess what? Things evolve and things change. So you need to be adaptable to that. And you also got to be open to the ideas that some people have because they will help you scale. These are ideas that will help you impact more people, help you become more effective and more efficient, and ultimately preserve more resources and get more done, preserve bandwidth. And one question you should always be asking yourself from a team perspective is, how can we get a better result by doing less work or the same amount of work? Those are really important questions to ask every now and again, just to streamline your thinking. And in conjunction with that, those points are really important, but keeping in frequent communication with your team members, making sure that they're clear on who they're responsible to, and ultimately making sure that they're clear on the key outcome, the key indicator of success inside their role. So anyway, that's just some thoughts on building your first team, some key insights on how you need to equip them and how you need to control them. If you find any of this useful, please click subscribe. I'm going to share videos like this every now and again. Comment below with your biggest takeaway if you're building a team. This content is aimed at any business owner. Obviously, as you know, I specialize in working with fitness professionals. Simply change the word about if you're a fitness professional or not, and it will be applicable to your business without a question of doubt. So hope you find that useful. Make sure you click subscribe below. Share the video. We're trying to grow this channel. And of course, your feedback's always welcome. So don't be afraid to drop me a DM. Let me know what your thoughts are on some of this content. Take care and have an awesome week, whatever you're up to.